Hi everyone, my name is Jason and I'm the lead pastor of New Hope Church in Harlem. So this vlog is going to give you an inside look on what it's like to plant a church. We launched on March 1st, 2020, a few weeks before the pandemic hit. And like many of you, we had to stop gathering because of that. Today is Easter Sunday, 2021, and it's the first time our church is gathering together in person in over a year. And this feels different. It doesn't feel like other Easter Sundays that we've planned for, whether on staff at a church or interning or as pastors of a church. Easter always felt different. There was a production value. There was a preoccupation with how many seats we could fill. And there's none of that today. In fact, it feels like a family reunion. I haven't seen many of them. I haven't preached to them in person in over a year. Yeah, I'm just really excited to be able to look them in the eyes and remind them of the hope that we have in Jesus, and that the grave is empty and that Christ is risen, that he's risen indeed. This is my wife, Jyothi. She's a licensed mental health therapist at Redeemer Counseling Services.
Hey everybody, we're excited to have you guys join us on our journey. And actually today is Easter Sunday, so I'm going to head over there right now and set up.
So this is where we're having Easter Sunday service. We don't have a permanent location of our own, so we're at Cafe Latte. All right, I want to introduce you to two of our leaders. They are really tall, so my hands are like at max reach here. This is Adam Roberts. This is James Bach. James helps with so many things in our church. They both lead groups. James helps with music, with editing, the digital service. Adam has if you guys want to talk, otherwise I'm sorry, I could but.
So maybe a year and a half ago, summer of 2019, we moved here to New York City. I was on the train to Grand Central Station. I had looked at the website for New Hope Church, but just felt convicted. We've been here ever since.
Yeah, we're so grateful from God provided Adam and his family into our church. It's been a tremendous blessing. And James is an actor, editor, writer. He's like a lot of things.
We never knew that we would be a part of a church plant, but it's been so enriching and fulfilling, and just how crucial this family has become to us. Without the community that we had at New Hope, it would have been a very different year.
These guys are great. I want to introduce you to Rowena. When we started to go break into home groups before we started gathering together, we met her, and you can just share a little bit of your story, Rowena.
Hi, my name is Rowena, and I met Pastor James through Instagram. I was going through a lot at the time, especially with having COVID. So I reached out to the church. They were praying, and I'm here, and I love it, and they're great.
She's great too. We're grateful for her.
My name is C.G. Bach. That is my wonderful husband right back there, speaking to our pastor, Jason James. We are meeting for the first time since the pandemic as a church. It's incredibly exciting.
So our Easter service is over. My wife and I have just put our kids to bed, and now finally getting a chance to sit and reflect upon what the day has been like, and so filled with gratitude for the opportunity to gather. It's a privilege. I mean, to think about how different it is to be together physically in person, to listen to each other sing and to lift our voices to God, to be able to look at people in the eyes and encourage them, people that I pastor throughout the week. There's nothing like it. I'm also reminded about how different it is to be so emotionally invested in a Sunday morning. I think it's interesting. After COVID hit, I had to get used to preaching into an empty room and to a camera. And there was certainly a learning curve for that. I had never done that before. And now, having not preached in person live for over a year, I'm just reminded about the amount of emotional investment that goes into planning a Sunday service, in the way that we pray leading up to it, in all the preparation and plans. Certainly not every Sunday has as much planning as an Easter Sunday, but with all the expectation of wanting to experience God in very transformative and extraordinary ways, I struggle to sometimes find them in the ordinary things that we do, like gathering together in a cafe and singing together and sharing a meal over a table and reflecting upon His Word. I love something that one of my favorite authors, Zach Eswine, says. These moments are heavenly, but they're not heaven. And sometimes my tendency, and the tendency of a lot of pastors, and the way that we pray for these events and these services, is that we want it to be heaven, and they're not. And we need to trust that God is in it even when we can't see, and we have to realize that it starts all over again tomorrow as we plan for the following week. But none of this is the way that I thought it would be when we launched last year, but it's still at the same time better than we could have expected. The work that God has done in me, the work that He's done in other people in our church, I'm grateful. So as you probably noticed already, we met in a cafe today, and that's because as you get to hear the story of our church, we've never had a place for us to really gather. We've moved several times, and I found out about a month and a half ago that we have actually just lost our most recent location. We have really, because of COVID, it's not like we really could gather regularly anyway, but we are now in the process of trying to find something a bit more permanent. And by permanent, I mean like signing a lease for 5 years so we could actually be in a place and build out the ministries that we want to create in the neighborhood. So tomorrow is a very important call because I'm talking to a property manager that has been he's been ghosting me for a while. There's a bodega across the street along with some other space there that he initially said we could have for over our budget. But I recently decided to call him again. I called him about 2 weeks ago and I asked him, hey, have you decided to come down on your price? And he said, let me think about it. Give me a week. Well, I gave him a week and I tried calling again and he wasn't picking up. And then I called again and finally he picked up a few days ago and he said, hey, give me till Monday. And tomorrow's Monday. And he said he would give me a definite answer. So I'll keep you posted on that.